Okay, guys, welcome to my little workshop. This is based below my house, where I do my bits and pieces. Not enough room to swing a cat down here, but it's functional. I'm going to have a bit of a play with the ignition out of the 400 and 600. This is the 400 one out of my 400 bike. To get into these, most people let me try it again. So this is the TCI transition control ignition. This is one's out of the 400, and most people get into these by cutting open the back. So using some kind of blade to get in there, removing the back. These are glued in, and so there's a glue seam that runs around. They actually use what looks like to be a rubberized contact cement to seal the unit from moisture, and to also glue the piece in. There's a couple of tabs on the sides as well that locks it in, but there's nothing at the top. And so once the glue's actually removed, and the tabs are a bit loosened, the piece actually slides out, so there's a slide locking piece there that locks it in. So this is, as I said, this is out of the the 400, which is a spare at the moment. Even though these are fairly old, we're talking about 20 years old, the capacitors actually look quite good. So normally 20 years of any kind of electronics, you replace the capacitors. The two power transistors that are there, these are the two that drive the coils. It's common practice to replace these with a newer kind of power transistors, which I have. And that's the intention I'm going to do. But the idea is to actually open up my 600 unit without damaging the case. So this is my 600 unit, or the ignition off the 600. Now my 600, I drive ride it every day basically. So if I screw this up, it means I'm going to be off the road for a while until I get a replacement, or I use this one to make sure I don't over rev the bike. So what I did a bit of experimenting, and I found the cement they use, the contact cement they use, is very similar to what they call Shelley's Quick Grip. This is a spray version of the Quick Grip. Uses as a contact cement, where you basically take two pieces, put a layer of the glue on one, layer of glue on the other, leave them apart for a while, then bring them together under some pressure, and it makes a fairly good contact. And this is also dissolvable. So what we're going to be using is some fairly standard paint thinner, automotive paint thinner, and I've experimented on this unit by cleaning off the excess glue, and it doesn't seem to damage anything on it. The print on all the components are still readable. The only part I would say is when I was cleaning it using a brush, the markings on the side of the capacitors started to remove. So just being careful not to touch those when you're making use of it. The thought is to basically fill this up with the thinner using these holes, these air spaces. Let it sit there for about 2 hours and hopefully be able to extract it. We'll see how we go. So I haven't actually opened this up. I really should find something I should use to pour. I do actually have a very small siphon. I do have a very tiny funnel. I could possibly use that. We'll see. So I'm just going to pause the video and think about a solution on how to get that into there, and I'll be back. Okay, welcome back. I've come up with a solution. Basically, I've found some eyedroppers. It's going to take a bit of a while to do, fill up the eyedroppers, and basically apply it in the hole, one dropper at a time. I try not to waste too much of this stuff, but I should get there after a while. Probably take 50 droppers, I don't know. Got a bit of patience, and I think we should find a solution. Once it's full, I'm going to leave it for probably a couple of hours and try to extract it. And I'll put the video back on at that time. Okay, we're back again. Surprisingly, it didn't take that long to fill up using 2 eyedroppers, so it's pretty well full. I'm just going to finally get the last little bit in to make sure it's full up all the way. That's pretty well, that's it, I think. You can see it actually on the other side coming out. And we'll leave it now for, not too sure how long I'll leave it for. Don't want it to be too wet on the outside. I reckon I'll leave it for about hour and a half, and then we'll be back. Okay, welcome back. So this has been sitting here for now a couple of hours, and we're going to see if we can extract it from the casing. So I'm just going to slip this just to provide more surface area, and there's a pin in here so far. It's kind of promising, and there we go. She's out. It gives you ideas. So that's all that's the glue. It's all come away. So I might actually remove all that. So I might just stop. I'll stop the video there, and I'll come back and just do a follow up in a little while. Okay, we're done. So I've given it a clean up. It's all clean now. I've got all the gunk off it. Again, it looks all good. It's just slightly different. So for the 400 and the 600, the layout is very similar, except for some of the chips are in different places. So it's quite a different circuit design, even though it's the same components they're using. Between the 400 and the 600. What I'm going to do is now next replace the power transistors, replace the capacitors are there. That's probably it. I'll have to look at what to coat it with, moisture protection. I'm not going to glue it back in totally. I might put some tabs, glue tabs on the sides here just to hold it in, so that if I need to break that tabs I can do it and get it out again. But there you go, you can actually get these out without actually having to damage the outer casing. Thanks a lot. Thanks. I hope this is helpful to someone out there.